So for anybody wondering why I've not installed the pond heater, I've been stuck, look at the state of me, I've been stuck in here sanding walls, plastering bits of holes, sticking stuff, getting mucky, moaning. I want to be doing pond stuff, but instead I'm in here sanding. Anyway, welcome to this week's video. Good afternoon. So just got in from work. And what I normally do, come and have a look at the pond, and I'm not happy at all with Chubs the Chag. So I'm going to get my microscope out when the wife's finished work on the table. I'm going to scrape the shiro, going to scrape that shower, and I'm going to get her in a bowl. I'm not happy at all with the either side of the fish. Quite hard to pick up on camera, but it's not, there's all sorts going on there. There's a few slightly raised scales, there's a few spots and stuff, and there's a weird kind of pimple on the tail of the bigger kahaku here as well. If it comes round we might be able to see it, but yeah, that, you can see that. So I'm not happy with that, and I'm not happy with her. And that, when I just come over here from getting in from work, for my stress relief, was just sitting on the bottom. So there's something else going on here. What it is I don't know. I do know that I've got slightly high ammonia still, but I'm thinking it's something other than that. I'm thinking another parasite. Who knows? So yeah, microscope time. No point in checking the water again, because I know that the ammonia, it's only been a day and a half, 2 days, whatever. It's not going to have gone, it's not going to have disappeared completely. So scrapes, we'll see. Don't know, I'm thinking maybe something like white spot, but didn't see it last time. But you know, only scraped 2 fish, so we'll see. I'm going to scrape so at least 3 fish, well at least 2, maybe 3, well I'm going to scrape 3 aren't I, because I'm going to scrape the shiro, the shower and the chag. So I'm a bit peeved off with this, but hey ho. Right, get all my gear together and then see what we can see. Hopefully I'll find something, but then so I've got something to sort of attack and aim for, but not finding anything, who knows. Anyway, let's not worry about that just yet. Let's get a couple of scrapes done, 2 or 3 scrapes done, and see where we're at. I'll catch you in a bit. What do I say? Get everything ready. I've not got my thing to do a scrape. I'll leave that like that. Leave that. Anyway, let's have a look at it. Imp bowl. There's no obvious marks on the top of it. I'll have to flip it over with 2 hands, can't do that with one. I'll have a look underside. and I'll probably get a scrape underneath. I'll just go from the top of its chin to its vent fin. I'll leave this here and see what we can get anyway. Decent bit of mucus. There's a little bit of redness under there. Let's show that again. There's a little sore there actually, look. Let's chuck it back. Right. That's what we can see on there. Any mucus. Scrape one done, nothing found other than the little mark under its chin. So next one is going to be the Shiro, wherever that may be down there. I'm not going to try and be clever and get it all on film because I'll end up, like I did, making a big deal of it. Anyway, that's the next one. Right. I'll catch you in a minute when I got it in the bowl. A bit angry at this one, soaked. So I just flipped it over, underside is good. Skin actually looks a lot better than it did when I scraped it last week. Doubt to get it on film, but obviously it's a bit stressed because I don't want to be in the bowl. So I'm going to hurry up and get the scrape done. I'm getting wet. But underside was good, there's no other visible marks on it, so happy days there. But this was the one that was absolutely covered in fluke. So anyway, I'm going to put this down, get the scrape, and then be back in a bit. He was not happy, but I managed to get some eventually. Not a happy chappy, that fish. Right, let's see what we can see. So scrape on the Shiro. 0 flukes found. Very happy with that, but after a lot of searching and squinting and getting a headache, I have now found Costia on that slide. Could have been there before, but obviously because I found flukes and then I probably was happy with finding something, whizzed through the slide probably too quick, didn't pay much attention. Costia is absolutely tiny. So yeah, I'm still going to get Chubs and have a look. I want to see what her underside's like. I've got me, I'm actually going to put her in a bowl and sedate her a bit. I haven't got a lot of sedate left actually, just a bit, and if needed chuck a bit of this stuff on her. I just want to have a closer look, but it looks like Costia is the cause. Great. I'm going to get her out, get her in the bowl. Well, I'm going to get her in the net first, in the bowl in the pond, get a scrape, and then I'm going to put her in the bowl, sedate her if I've got enough, and then have a look on her underside just to see a bit closer what's going on down there. And good to get it on film so then I can see if it's getting any worse, or hopefully now I can treat the Costia better. Anyway, right, so I'm going to get a scrape. As I said, with that fish, get a scrape, then I could do with another bowl really, but the other one's a bit too big. Get a scrape with her in the bowl, put her back in the pond, put the bowl on the floor, fill the bowl up with water, put me knockout juice in it and get her back out again. But there's no real way around it. I haven't got two smally bowls. I don't want to use a big bowl. Got my big square measuring tub thing. Obviously I need a lot more water to knock her out, so anyway, right, enough talking, let's just get to it. I've got my scrape. I'm going to leave her in here for a minute. I am literally sitting just there so I can see if anything happens. We've got the net over the top as well. So we're going to go and have a look at this under the scope and then come back. Hopefully there's enough sedate in there to knock her out. Get a bit of a closer look. Right, let's go and do this. Oh, right. Well, couldn't see anything on that scrape. Possibly a few Costia, but again it's so small and it's quite hard to see. Squinting down there now, I'm sort of blurry, so I'm going to leave it and take it that there's Costia on all of them. So she's a bit dozy, so hopefully now look, these ones here now half a dozen scales or so. They don't actually feel rough. And then these few back here, look, they're not red and horrible, so I'm going to leave well alone. Just generally the underside of her is a bit, it's not the colour you'd want to see. Whether or not it's because she's full of eggs, definitely female. And if you look at her vent, definitely female. Have a quick look in here. There's definitely something a bit off with her. I mean, if you just look at the quality of her skin, it's not great. And as I say, them few scales, these are the little blobby bits I was talking about. I don't know whether the camera's picking that up. Little pimply things, whether or not they're anything to do with spawning. Anyway, I'm just going to put some Tamidine on the slightly raised area here and the other side, and then get her back in. And the fish has definitely put some size on now. I think this is a 60 cm bowl, so she's more than 60 now. I'm not sure what she was last year. Not to scale out there as well, look. Yeah, look, defo. Right, get some Tamidine on this and I'm going to get her back in. Right, Tamidine her up, get her back in. So, probably partly my fault this, not spotting the Costia sooner by getting all excited. Flukes are obviously relatively large compared to Costia, so easy to spot. Not then paying much more attention to scrapes and then maybe missing it. So there we go. Now hopefully, and I've got some formalin, hopefully I've got some malachite green in here as well. That is the preferred method. Now I think this is from Duncan Griffiths. But I doubt I'm going to have enough. 25ml to 500 gallons with salt. Well, I haven't got salt. And I'm not going to have enough of that, so I'm going to have to place an order. Off the top of my head, I can't remember how effective PP is for Costia. I don't think it's the preferred first choice, but I'll have a quick read up online and then maybe PP now. So I'm going to have to order. I'm trying to think, where are we now? It's Wednesday today. It's Bank Holiday Friday, isn't it? See? So I probably won't get it till Saturday or the very early part of next week, unless I go somewhere to pick it up. But isn't it an essential journey and all that jazz? Oh goodness me, coronavirus. Anyway, and pack my stuff away, go inside, and then feel a bit sorry for myself. Well, at least I found something. I've got a treat, and the raisedness of her scales they're not all red and yucky, so whether or not that's anything to do, as I said, like with, because she's a female, eggs, I don't know, and obviously my high ammonia, which isn't helping. So I've got it all going on now. It's like the old times. Great. But I'm not going to go completely mental like I've done before. Slow and steady. Treat what you see. Still not sure about them scales though. Strange. Anyway, right. Let's get inside, tidy up, chill out for a few hours and go to bed. Get up and go to work again. Right, catch you later. No PP. So luckily I've just rung Absolute Koi, which is about, well, I'm actually going to cycle there tomorrow. I might take you with me. I'm going to pop over to Absolute in the morning. He's open from 10 AM, so I'll be over there and collect my PP, come back, and then I'll do my PP treatment. Bit of a bummer. I have got some, but God knows why I kept it. Look at the date on that. March 2012, 8 years old. So I'm going to bin that. There's probably not enough in it anyway, there's only a bit in it, but does it go off? I'm not going to risk it anyway, I'm just going to get some. It's about 10 quid or whatever it is, so I'm going to order that in a minute, and then pop over, collect that tomorrow morning, come back and then do that. So joys, the fish not, as you saw, that fish is just not happy at all, so I need to hurry along really tonight, tomorrow morning, so I'll pedal me fastest. I'll bring you along maybe, and then get back and then get that done. So right, so I'll be picking you back up tomorrow, so I'll see you then. Catch you later. That didn't work, did it? Anyway, there you go. Sort yourself out. I need something to eat. So I've measured my stuff. Now, obviously this, as you know, is messy. So before you do anything with any kind of water, get it all measured out, dry. I've got two here. That's the first full dose, and that's a half dose, because I'm thinking it's going to go off within the 4 hours. So whatever you're dosing as your full first dose, make up at the same time a half dose, just to top it up if it goes brown, sharpish, which I'm thinking mine might do, because there's a lot of organic matter in the pond, and this will eat up the PP. So anyway, yeah, so before you get anything wet or touch anything wet, weigh it all out on your little gram scales. So, because you've probably seen, I've been covered before, you wet hands and then you touch it and it's stained, and then you have a brown finger or whatever for quite a while, and it's just a pain. So yeah, do it all dry and then you're ready to rock and roll. So I've just boiled the kettle, I'm going to put some boiling water in and then drop an air stone in both, and then leave it for 15-20 minutes to dissolve fully. And then that one, left hand one, is my full dose. Going to put that in the pond, and as I say, if it doesn't go brown within the 4 hours, I'll just chuck that. Depending on PP is so cheap, it's not like it's a major issue that if you have to chuck a bit of a treatment away, but you've got it there ready to go if you need to top it up straight away if it's spent. So that's what I do, and I haven't really got the best kind of clothes on for this, because if I do get any on me, they're wrecked, but you know, I'll be careful. Anyway, right, let's get some boiling water in there. Put some PPE on, which I should do. Haven't got an air stone. Stupidly, when I sorted out all my odd koi bits, I got rid of all the odd air stones I had. Didn't think I'd need them, obviously. Now I do. There you go. The air's only to help dissolve the PP anyway. But down it'll be just as good with goggles. So I've made both up now. That's me half. That's me full. As I say, if it goes brown within 2 hours, well, within 3 hours, I'll do the other half. It goes without saying, if you're going to PP, I'm talking from personal experience as well here, because I have done this. If you're going to PP, you need something to rid the PP if it's still bright purple at 4 hours, because you don't really want to go longer than that. So there's a few different things. HP, sodium thiosulfate will do it, and there's a couple of other new things on the market which will neutralise PP. You want to have that to hand as well, just in case the fish are not happy, which I had, and I didn't have anything to neutralise it. So you can, as soon as the water's brown, basically the PP is spent. So yeah, you see any signs of fish gasping at the surface or just not happy, put your desired product in to neutralise the PP, make the fish happy again. And don't, as I say, don't do a PP treatment if you haven't got these things. I've done it, thought I was going to lose all my fish, had to do a 50% water change, then the fish weren't happy for another week, if not 2, it's just carnage. So yeah, make sure you have that to hand, which I have. Right. So, again, if you can, and you haven't got a reasonable amount of air going in your pond, make sure you've got plenty more air going in. I think I've got a shower, I've got an aerated drain, the K1 chamber's got air in it, so I've got plenty of air. Right, here we go, kids. Right, I'm going to pour some in over here by the shower. I'm going to pour some in the inside of the drum to obviously go through over the top of the shower as well. So UV off, just there. UV off. So I'm going to pour some in here, and then I'm going to put some over there. I'm going to put the camera down for a second because I don't want to spill it and get it all over me nice bright pink coloured t-shirt thing. So see it coming through now. There it gets all in. Easiest, obviously you can see that it's purpley pink anyway. If you look at the bubbles, it's a bit easier to see the colour. So 4 hours from now, it's 2:30. So I'll just keep an eye on them. I won't sit by the pond for 2 hours, I'll just check on them every 20 minutes or so. And then we'll see how we go. Right, check back in a bit. Won't forget then. We've been in an hour now. Still see quite clearly the purple. There's scum over there, but that'll be the fish mucus, no doubt. So that's good. Hour in, still purple, good. Fish are still swimming around. Right, check back in another hour. We're back. So I'm at 3.5 hours now. Something I did forget to do earlier, chuck my nets in, which I have done. I haven't done my bowls, which are just over there. I will probably use that spare solution, which I've not had to use. I'll probably rinse them out with that. Seems a waste just to chuck it. So I'm still purple. They're looking like they've had enough now. They're just sort of gliding around very gently. A few of them. Chubs the Chag. I wouldn't say she's not happy, but it's looking like she's had enough. Still got a good bit of purple on, so I will need to neutralise it. I'm about to go and get that. I think I'll do that now. I say do that now. It'll take me 10 minutes, so I've packed everything away, stupidly. So hopefully this has cured it. Hopefully it's done the job. So first time ever had the water purple for the whole pretty much 4 hours actually. Okay. Right, yeah, so I'll get my HP ready, measured out, and then I'll get ready to dump that in a bit. It's probably going to stay purple, looking at the colour it's at. Okay. Anyway, get me stuff. I'll see you back in a minute. Probably caused a bit of a debate using HP, but I've used it before, had no problems. But there we go. Yeah, they're all just sort of hanging around and not looking their bestest. So let's get this in and then hopefully be done with it. There we go, you can see it's slightly turning now. It's brown now. Right, I'll still keep an eye on them for a bit. It's definitely not purple now. So I'll just keep an eye on them just to make sure everything's alright, and then be done with it, hopefully. Leave them alone for another week. Might start to introduce a bit more food, well, a bit of food. They've had nothing for a few days now. Get me trickle in back on, and then hopefully normal service will be resumed. Obviously I'm going to keep an eye on Chubs the Chag. Shouting. Yeah, we need to keep an eye on Chubs the Chag. She was my primary concern with her slightly raised scale, so just going to monitor that. It's not red and angry, so you know, hopefully it's just part of the irritation from the Costia that's causing the raised scale, so we'll see. Not panicking, and I'm not in a rush to get them out like I used to do years ago, many moons ago. Right, that's it for the time being. Catch you later. Morning! Morning after the day of a PP treatment. That one's still not massively happy. I'm going to trickle a bit of food in today just to keep them happy. But we'll see. Still a bit veiny. This Chag I'm still a bit weird. So yeah, I'm going to give it a few days and then just see where it's at really. So trickling back on, which I did yesterday. Water clarity is pretty amazing now. It's normal when you do a PP treatment. So yeah, that is all they're getting for the whole day. I'm not going to be crazy. And then yeah, we'll see really. Hopefully Costia banished. It's good that the Flukes were completely gone after that one treatment of the Learn X Pro stuff, so happy about that. But then I think lesson learnt there, because Flukes are very easy to spot. They're one of the bigger parasites that your fish can get, and when I found the Flukes, that was pretty much it. I was just sort of happy that I found something, and boom, just went in and treated with the Fluke. Whereas really, if I'd have kept searching and looking, I'd have found the Costia and I would have treated that first and then done the Flukes. But hey ho, that's where it's at. So yeah, lesson learnt for me defo there, and I think maybe for everybody. If you don't do that normally, where you stop at the first parasite and then boom, you go and treat it, continue scraping a couple of fish, checking all the slides, and then doing your plan as to what you're going to treat first. I mean, normally for me, if I've got multiple issues including Flukes will be the last I treat, anything else will be first. So hey ho, it's always a learning curve, isn't it, keeping fish. But anyway, they look happy today. Obviously PP is a harshish treatment, but they're looking happy. Skin quality on them all is not the best at the minute, but obviously with the harshness of the PP, it's going to take them a few days no doubt to get over it or whatever. But there we go, so it's done. I don't know whether slightly raised scales on her have actually already started to go down, so possible. Whether it's placebo, because I know I've done a treatment, there should be something happening, I don't know. But I mean, she's never been depressed over the last few days when her scales have been much. She's not been depressed. As per usual, you walk up to the pond and she's pretty much the first one over, trying to get something to eat. Hence me always giving them too much food. Yeah, them scales are definitely less raised than they were before. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to stick to me this per day because I'm in and around the garden today finishing off my office project. No more koi stuff today. Electric stuff, ceiling, lights, switches, I'm doing all that over there at the minute. So I'll going to keep this in there. I keep saying it, but I'm going to keep that as that is in the food bin, so I know how much they have had today. Right, that's it for the time being. Off to DIY. Fantastic. Catch you later. Good morning. So I was looking out the window, just seen a couple of fish flicking. Just one flick each over the course of a few minutes. I thought, if you can see me, can't be parasites because I've done my fluke test, my fluke treatment. I've done a PP treatment. So I thought I'd just do some more water tests, and this is what I've got. So that's pond water. This is DPD No4, so we're looking for chlorine here. So pond water, purifier water, tap water. That's clearly quite pink. That's actually, I don't know if that's picking it up, but that is a little bit pink. And that's not pink. So the water going into the pond has got very slight chlorine in it. So I'm going to change the purifier cartridges on that today. And I just did some more water tests. Ammonia is probably still about the same. Nitrite slightly. Well, obviously I've done PP now, haven't I? So it's knocked everything back. It's not quite as green as the other day, but it still is slightly green. So again, careful with the food, and get the cartridges changed. So that could be causing a bit of flicking. Obviously that will, because I've got that, and then that possibly will as well. So I'm going to get them to that fixed, so then I can turn my trickling up, hopefully get these down. Joys. So I'm going to change my water purifying cartridges over, which are there. Now, still some funny shenanigans going on over here. Whether or not it's because of the ammonia and the nitrite, I don't know, or some other parasite. That show has been, as you've seen, some footage, I'm not sure when I filmed it, but sitting on the bottom, just not looking happy. But the slightly raised scales on Chubs, this Chag, have all but nearly returned. Well, they're flat now, they're still slightly discoloured, but they're all flat against the body, so that's good. But there's quite a few fish being a bit veiny. So I need to make sure the water's right, really. And I've actually been looking online about changing the way I purify the water for the pond, looking at either getting a big blue purifier full of carbon. I don't really want to have to go down having to use RO, because that opens up a whole another kettle of fish. See what I did there? Can of worms for the pond and me and parameters and all that jazz. I don't want to do that. I just want an easier way to purify the water that lasts longer, because of the amount of water that I do like to change. So whether or not these little 10-inch cartridges are up to the job long term, I don't know. Comments below, how do you and what do you use to clean your tap water before it goes into the pond? That'll be good to get a few ideas of what people use. I say they do work. I'm not saying they don't work, it's just the longevity of them. I'd rather sort of put something in and leave it for however many months before it needs changing. I just feel that these need changing more regular than one that I do, and just adds a bit more hassle to me having to, you know, something else I've got to remember to do, basically. So I'm lazy. I'm going to be a lazy koi keeper. So I'm going to change these over anyway now, as I say. I'm going to run it for about an hour. I'm just going to have a quick workout on my bike, so I'm going to run them for about an hour to rinse out any dust or any other bits, and then get it back in the pond. Whether or not that's why some of the fish are looking a bit off, as I say, I don't know. But there's still something, you know, just tell there's something not quite right. The battery light's flashing at me. Still working. There's something not quite right, and I can't put my finger on it. I don't think it's parasites. I think logically it's something to do with me water. And as you can see from the test the other day, there was slight chlorine going in from the tap water, so that wouldn't have helped. Obviously high ammonia and high nitrite, because it's been nuked from the PP treatment. So I can get my source water right, I can turn it up a little bit to change a bit more to relieve them somewhat. But yeah. So yeah, comment section below what water purifier to use and how much you change a week, along with your normal comments and suggestions about stuff would be good. Anyway, right, I'm going to get to changing this. I'm not going to film me changing it, you know what happens. You just unscrew the bottom and then put the new ones in. I might do a little before, I might do a little after picture of what the first one looks like. Normally, obviously, that takes out the majority of the heavier stuff. That's the first thing that your incoming water sees. Normally that's minging. So when I get that one out, I'll do a quick vid of that, but then there's no need for me to film me changing them. You know how that works, I've done it a few times before, but not enough. Right, anyway, I'm going to do that now. I can't find the unlocking spanner. Hopefully I can just do it with my hands. Wish me luck. Might be swearing and shouting, but I'm not filming it, so it don't matter, does it? I managed to get it off with my hands. Man of a man, beast of a man. So that's what it looks like, which isn't as bad as some people's I've seen, but still obviously dirty. God knows how long it's been in there. So I'll replace these now. I might make a note. I should put the water meter on actually, so I know how much water that I pass through it, but I don't make a note of the date that I change it, and I don't know how much water's passed through it, and I don't check with a DPD No4 tablet very often until there's an issue. So yeah, just proper lazy really. But I suppose for me that's the boring part. The more exciting part of the hobby is the fish and feeding the fish and just watching the fish swim around the pond. All the other stuff sometimes can be a bit of a nightmare and just, you know, gets put on the back burner until there is an issue, such as this stuff. But that's just the way I roll really. Anyway, I'm going to get the rest of these changed. As I say, run it for a bit just to make sure there's no dust or junk or any of the dusting particle stuff, just to get that run out, and then put it in the pond. I will check it actually just to make sure, and then get the boys and girls some fresh water in, because I didn't have any yesterday. The trickle was off, purely because I found that there was chlorine in the water. Anyway, catch you later. Found it. You know when you can remember seeing something, you can't remember where? It was with my window cleaning one, because why would I keep it with that? It's in the back of my van, or in the garage now, but anyway, found it. Couldn't do it with my hands. Here we go. Here we go, just going to leave it running in the drone for an hour or so. Right, little job done. So I've not actually, did I put any food in? No, I didn't put any food in yesterday, and I haven't had any food today either. But I do need to trickle a bit in really, just for their own sort of mindfulness, if you like, just less stress. They're getting a bit of food because, as you know, they come flying over when I walk up to the pond. But I'm not rushing to put any in until the parameters get in check, which could be another couple of weeks really. Well, hopefully that's one thing off the list, having some decent fresh water going in now. There's been no flashing and stuff, it's just, you know, when just something's off. A couple of moody ones, it's definitely for me that shower. She's on the mend, so there's something right, but it's not 100% right. Probably doesn't help with the weather. It's been roasting hot, sunny, clear blue sky. We've been in hailstone storms yesterday, rain, overcast, cold this week, so whether or not that's having an effect. The pond's still at just under 12 degrees, so it's not like the temperature's really affecting them, but obviously just the weather in general and the pressure within the air, whether that's making any kind of issue to them, I don't know. Who knows? I'm clutching at straws. Anyway, that's it. I'll catch you in a bit. So a bit of a long video this week, so apologies for that, or not maybe, if you prefer a longer format video. A few things going on this week, so it took a bit of time getting through it all. Anyway, as usual, thanks for watching. And remember, a thumbs up and a subscribe if you're not already subscribed would be fantastic. And I'll catch you all next Saturday. Cheers and bye.